Got it.
No.
Hello, everybody. It's Juli Pitra, and it's time for Pitranomics Thursday Talk, where I talk about my 10-part strategy to grow, protect, and transfer wealth. And for those of you that haven't heard me in a while, I just want to take a few minutes to discuss what wealth means to me. Like the video shows, it's not about how much stuff you have or literally how much money you have in the bank. It's whether or not you are optimally using the resources available to you to live the life of purpose that you want and to have the choices to do what you want. And it's all about strategic thinking and deployment of your resources in a direction that works. Hey, Chris. So really just think about what it takes in life to give your life purpose. And then whatever that is, follow that and direct your resources to that. And for those that haven't heard the story, I just have to remind you, my mother was a person who lived a life of purpose. And I'm just so blessed to have had her as my mom, as the person that guided me. And so since not everybody, as I've been told, had that kind of mom to guide them, I just want to make sure I share where I can what I learned from her, what I learned from living with my husband all these years and his family, what I've learned from other people that now comes together to form Pitranomics. And so we will start with my wonderful presentation that I'm so glad I get help with. My assistant Hannah helps me with this. And Shamir, thank you very much for joining. She's been a big part, but she's gone on to some really, really great things. And so let's talk about the strategies that we're discussing tonight. It's who is in your lifeboat. It's the third strategy in the Pitranomics cycle, which I have to remind you, it's iterative. It's who is in your lifeboat. Are they helping you to paddle or are they causing you to sink? And it's really vital to be discerning about who you allow near you. So there are strategies, here they are. And like I said, the third one is who is in my lifeboat. The next one is the Joneses don't have Jack, whatever, because you don't need to compare yourself. But tonight, who is with you? Who is making sure you're progressing in the direction that you want to progress? And so this song right here, who knows it? How many of us have them? Friends. Because we're talking about friends tonight. Friends. How many of us have them? Friends. Anyone know these words?
Let's be friends, the word we use every day. Most of the time we use it in the wrong way. Now you can look the word up again and again, but the dictionary doesn't know the meaning of friends. And if you ask me, you know I couldn't be much help, because a friend's somebody you judge for yourself. Some are okay and they treat you real cool, and some mistake kindness for being the fool. We like to be with some because they're funny. Others come around when they need some money. something you up with around the way, and you're still real close to this very day. Homeboys through the summer, winter, spring, and fall. And then there's someone which we never knew at all. And this list goes on again and again. But these are the people that we call friends.
So those words mean a lot to me. That song's been around, what, is that close to 40 years now? Am I that old? I guess I am. So here's another quote that I think goes along with it. Show me your friends and I'll show you your future. That's by Dan Pena, who, by the way, has achieved some pretty major things in his life. And this is what I want to really bring home about my perspective about friendship. There is the dictionary definition, and here it is. A friend is someone who has a strong liking for and trust in another, or a person who is not an enemy, or someone that you like and enjoy being around. And I have to tell you, there are people that I love to be around. They're fun, they're intelligent, they're vivacious, they're engaging, they're all of these things. And I will use that word friend. But when I go to the Pitranomics version of what a friend is, this is not my definition. This is not it. What I think of more is what's described more as an ally. What I believe an ally is someone that is associated with another as a helper, as someone who is supporting you through your goals, through your life, through the struggle. And I got to tell you, to me, life is a struggle. And I am old school pragmatic when it comes to this because I need assistance in this struggle, in this thing that I call life. And so those people that are around me, helping me to accomplish what I need to accomplish, and hopefully I'm helping them to accomplish what they need to accomplish, those are my friends. And while I definitely want to be around people I like and I enjoy and all of that, it's really, really important that we're heading toward our life purpose goals in the Pitranomics definition of friends. Now, in recent years, the term of an ally has been sort of adopted to refer to a person who supports a marginalized group. I really despise that new connotation of the word. I'm old school. These are my goals, and this is where I'm heading. Who is helping me get there? Who is not impeding my process? And I feel that allies have common goals, congruent goals. That's just the best word. You guys maybe not be heading in the same direction, but both of you are heading in a direction that can help each other. So let's talk about the traits that I look for and that Pitranomics espouses in a friendship. So the first one is discernment. And that's probably my top one right there. I look for people who can see truly. I have enough of the rose-colored glasses syndrome in a lot of areas. And so I need people who can see truly in those areas. And what makes it simpatico is if in the areas where they have their rose-colored glasses, I can help them see truly. So I'm looking for people who are perceptive, who can interpret what's going on, who are intuitive and wise. I'm not looking for Buddha here. I'm just looking for a partner that when we're together, we're better together and we're more able to go to work where we need to go. And I just want to point out, I have such a friend. I have my husband and I love him and he's great. And he is my friend. But I'm talking about those people outside those bounds of matrimony or family. And I have a friend on here, David. He's been my friend a long time. I feel like through the years, we have brought each other some wisdom and perspective that we wouldn't have gotten by ourselves. And so that's really, really, really important to me. And another part that's important in friendship is acceptance. I don't want to always feel like what I am is an abomination or an undesirable. I want to be around people that like me, that respect me, that value the things in me that I really value, and that understand I am a package. I don't want around me derailing my confidence, saying, you're doing this wrong, you're doing this wrong, you're doing that wrong. That may very well be, but I have a whole lot of stuff I do right. And I think that you can encourage people by focusing on what they do well instead of nitpicking on what they don't. For me, that's really important in staying steady on my course and not punching the holes in my lifeboat by deflating my self-esteem and my enthusiasm and all of that. I also believe that friends should have some sort of ambition of their own, because they need to have their own driving force. You can't drag a friend along. It's like a dance. Anyone who's done any kind of partner dance, you know that even when there's a leader, the follower can't be a dead weight. It's not a beautiful dance if they're just not holding their frame, they're not strong within themselves. You need someone that's strong within themselves. And in this analogy, you need someone that can follow or someone that can lead, which means sometimes they're giving and sometimes they're receiving, but it's an equitable dance. I hope that makes sense. And the other thing I like to see in a friendship is initiative. Someone who you don't always have to tell them what to do. They know how to live their life. They know how to solve problems. They're driven and they're focused by themselves. And so when they're pursuing their goals and you're pursuing your goals, you have the opportunity to give to each other instead of feeling like there's a dead weight. I don't want to belabor that point, but your friends shouldn't drag you down. They shouldn't punch holes in your lifeboat. They should be helping you paddle. And we all need to look at each other to make sure we're not punching the holes in somebody else's lifeboat. Because I have had in my life someone tell me that I just didn't make them feel good about themselves, and they just felt like I didn't respect them or whatever. I feel that was true, but I respected the fact that they felt they needed to distance themselves from me because of that. I respect it. Didn't agree, but that's not the point. And then the last thing is loyalty. And here's the thing, someone who's loyal to you doesn't put your name in disarray when you're not there. They respect you and they protect your secrets and they protect your weak points, and they don't align with people that are against you. Remember, let's go back to the alliance. If someone is out to destroy me, I don't really understand how someone else can be a friend of theirs and a friend of mine. I'm not saying you have to like everyone I like or that you dislike everyone I dislike. That's not what I'm talking about. If that person is after me, then we have an issue, because somehow the holes in my lifeboat will start appearing and I won't really know from where they're coming. So let's talk about what in Pitranomics is a red flag. Okay, the dis flags. Disloyalty. So we talked about loyalty. Disloyalty. Be very careful of someone who was wearing friend clothing, but is actually an enemy underneath. And sometimes you have to rely on your gut, because there are some very clever narcissists, scam artists and whatever. I don't know what the reason is. They want to pretend to be a friend. But if your gut tells you something's not right here, then trust it and look for signs of disloyalty. So again, another red flag is disrespect. I don't always succeed, but I certainly try to be respectful of my friends' time, respectful of their feelings, respectful of their dreams. And when someone points out to me that maybe I've not been, I try really hard to come back and say, I did not mean any disrespect. I try to explain my position from a place of loyalty and lovingness. Lovingness is of loving them. Sorry, I might make up a word here and there. So these are really, really big flags. If you perceive either disloyalty or disrespect in someone that's in your inner circle, you can't call them friend, and you have to get them out of your lifeboat. And the last one is dishonesty. And I'm really not thinking about someone who never, ever tells a lie, maybe a social lie or a tactful lie, or a lie that means basically what I'm thinking about is none of your business. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about, for example, someone who, instead of being honest with you about their emotions, about whatever they're feeling, they just explode on you emotionally and don't give you a chance to come back and rebut and repair things. No, they just go scorched earth on you. And that's really hard to deal with in a so-called friend. And another form of dishonesty, in my opinion, is jealousy, or envy. Why would you want for me not to have or to take from me something that's great, instead of being close to me and inspired by what I'm doing so that you can also have it too, and then we can enjoy in this abundance together? Dishonesty, that's someone who doesn't believe in the abundance mindset, that thinks if you have it, I don't. And that is a big red flag. And if they're unreliable, if they're only consistent with getting in touch with you when they need something, but they're not consistent with getting in touch with you when you reach out and need something, that's a sign. That's someone, maybe it's time to clean house. Doesn't matter how much fun they are, how intelligent they are, how anything. And it doesn't mean this can't be someone that you love, say if they're a family member or something like that, but love them with a long-handled spoon. Don't have them in your inner network, and don't have them be in a position to cause some damage to you. Keep them at a distance. And this Pitranomics talk by me, I'm hoping to get some interaction, is something that my mother told me all the time. If you are doing what you're supposed to be doing in life, if you're following your purpose, then you will meet the people you were supposed to be meeting along the way. And I will say that's been very true. Most recently, I guess about 10 years ago, I decided, hey, I want to be a real estate investor. I want to be very involved in amazing people. I've had some amazing growth just as a result of that decision. People that didn't know me before, when I was a stay-at-home wife and mother, which is what I felt I should have been doing at the time for my kids, that was a little hard period for me. I don't think I met as many people during that particular phase as I would have liked. But before I got married, I was in grad school. That's where I met my husband. That's where I made some really good friends. So I was supposed to be there. If I go back through my life, when I made a decision, a big change, and I was committed to it, and it was part of my life's vision, then I started meeting the people that were important to me along the way. And I believe that a change doesn't mean the end of your life. It could mean a new opening going forward. So I'd really like to, take this time to say, hey, let's talk. Does anybody have any comments about what I've said? Any feedback or whatever? I'll put my glasses on. Oh, not that one, because those are the ones that are broken. They had a missing lens. There we go. I'd love to see faces of those that can show faces, and who is able to maybe just give me some feedback on what I've said the past 20 minutes or so.
Hi.
Hello?
Can you hear me okay?
I can hear you. Yep.
Awesome. I mean, that's definitely a good talk. I think that sometimes in life, as you get busier and experience new things in life, kind of tend to maybe lose touch with some people. And sometimes it can be taken personally. And I know that's a realization that I've had, and I hope even some of my own friends have come to that conclusion too, is that it's not personal. We just may be experiencing two different life journeys that don't line up. Doesn't mean friendship is over. Doesn't mean I don't like you or you don't like me. It just means, hey, we may not be able to hang out or chat it up or whatever the case may be like we used to. It's just because our journeys have kind of split and gone two different paths.
Yeah.
Not one is better than the other. That's just how life is. And I've kind of recognize that with some of my friends. It's like, hey, if they call me and they need anything, even if it's just to talk, I am still there. But are we kikiing on the phone every night like we used to? No. But I feel no differently, about any of them than I, have in the past. So, it's important to kind of keep those things in mind, that our life's journeys take us in different directions. And it may change the relationship a little bit, but it doesn't mean that there's no relationship. It just means it's different.
Exactly. I agree. I
That's it.
agree. And then, like I said, in particular, it's important. You can have a friend that's someone that you love and you care about and it's been around a long time, and still be on the hunt for recruiting new allies, those people who are helping you and your ship get to the direction you want it to head. So, just because my view about friendship has a strong allegiance standpoint to it, doesn't mean I don't have people I just love and cherish because they're amazing people. It just means I recognize and I try to remind myself, no matter how much I may love and enjoy and just that person's amazing, I have to keep focused on where I'm going. And so thank you for that. Anyone else?
I like the diss part. You gotta diss people later.
Thank you, David. I really appreciate that. Today has been an interesting day. I had actually, so I was driving on I-30. Sorry, I was riding on I-30. My friend was driving it at a near relativistic speed. And we got this notice. It was like, hey, tire failure. What? And then we had a notice that it said 3 pounds of pressure. And then it was 1 pound of pressure. And then it was, I could hear the rim rolling around. And, we're on I-30. And then he pulls over. I was like, we can't stay here on I-30. We got to get this car off so that, we can get the stuff out. We can get another car. Thankfully, we were close to my office, so he could get the truck. I could take all my stuff out of the car, and then we called a tow truck and took my car to the dealership. If I had been alone, that would have been a whole different scenario. It's not like I couldn't have called my husband and he would have come, but I would have been sitting out there waiting a while. So it was lucky for me that I had a friend, and not only a friend, but someone who's like, hey, I'll go get the car. You call the tow truck. We got all the stuff. We collaboratively worked on getting the stuff out of there, getting my stuff to the house, getting the car to the dealership with a tow truck. All of that was made so much easier with a friend who had some common sense, a little bit of common sense, a little tiny bit, to help me, right? What if I'd had someone who's like, oh, what do we do? I don't know how to help. Then I would have been trying to calm that fool down while trying to figure out what it was I was trying to do. I had someone in that less than pleasant situation helping me. And you've been a big help since you've been down here. I just want to, give props to that. So it's important to have someone that's going to help you get through the tough times, that's going to help you stay on course. And the other thing I want to mention is my absolute admiration for my husband. If you've seen it on my social media, my husband completed the Ironman competition last Sunday. And that's amazing. He had a great coach to help him through it. I'd like to think his family, like we all supported him and we loved him through it, but that was something he decided to do. He'd wanted to do it a long time. It was a purpose for him, and he achieved it. And there's a picture of him crossing that finish line, and his expression to me says it all. I did this. And I feel great that I was on that journey with him. I could be supportive in a small way I could, because I wasn't out there swimming. I wasn't out there biking, and I wasn't out there running. But I was there providing what I could. And it's encouraging to me to be a part of someone achieving such a journey and to witness. To me, that's witnessing greatness. And I'm just so impressed. And it's like, oh, my husband. And I had someone say to me today that sometimes when people see someone doing well, they don't feel inspired, they feel envious. And those aren't the people you want in your life, but how sad. I know that I myself, from watching that happen, from being a part of that long day of watching how he did the swim and then came back, and the swim in itself, I want to say 2.45 miles, that's quite a bit. And then he's like, no, that's not enough. I'm going to hop on this 12-mile bike ride. And then come back. It's like, no, not enough. Now I'm going to go on a 26.2-mile run. That's kind of what life is about. It is hard as I don't know what. And you need your support, and you need your cheerleaders, and you need the people that are encouraging you, that are believing in you, that are saying, we know you can do it. We believe in you. How hard would that have been if everyone around him had said, oh, you can't do that. It's not going to work. Blah, blah, blah. Negativity, bring you down, bring you down, bring you down. Life is hard. And when you've dedicated yourself to a purpose and you've committed all of your resources, in Pitranomics, it's money, energy, and time, but in life, it's whatever. And you're surrounded by people that want to drag you down, don't want to lift you up. It's time to empty that lifeboat and say, get thee gone, and get the people in that are gonna be helpful. Shamir, thank you for saying awesome. Congrats to Andre. Yay. I mean, that's awesome. And actually, the people that I see on here, Nova, I met you because you were a notary at a closing. Edwin, I met you through my ACN journey. You know,
Yep.
you actually reached out. Thanks. Appreciate it.
Yeah,
And
thank you.
Shamir, yeah. I really appreciate the people that I see on here. Do I see everybody? Hey, Hannah. Hey, Chris, what up? And all of you have been a big part of my journey. And that is why I'm glad that you're here. This is going to be my last Thursday talk. And it's not that I won't be putting stuff out about Pitranomics. I'll be on LinkedIn. I'll be on Facebook. I'll be on YouTube if I can. And as long as TikTok's around, I'll try to put some content out there. And so I'd appreciate it if you would follow me and engage with me there.
Okay.
But this will be the last Thursday talk where we do this.
Well, I'm glad I made it today.
I'm glad you made it too. I'm glad you made it too. And I'm happy about the transition. I think, again, you know, what I want to do in life, if it changes, it's not like the purpose is changing, but you know, I'm trying to bring down the real estate a little bit and bring down things and have some geographical flexibility and to be able to move around. So thank you guys for being a part of this. I really appreciate it. It's been fun.
I want to say something.
Okay.
I'm glad I was a part of this. I know you have to move on to other endeavors and stuff, and this right here to come with every week with a platform, I know it's got to be a little bit taxing, and to come with the information that you provide and the knowledge that you give us. And for that, I do appreciate you and the effort that you have put into this. It's been awesome. It's been educational. I'm glad I've been a part of this. Glad to get to know you and be a part of your audience. And also to get to know a little bit about you and your husband. Kudos to your husband as well. I got to give it to him because I tell you, boy, I saw him on social media. I saw the, you know, him, his picture and everything and so forth after his event. Yeah, I did see that. That was awesome. I was so proud of him. Just being for myself, because I'm gonna tell you, to be honest with you, the last time I was on a bicycle, I came back with 2 flat tires and a missing seat. And I don't want to tell you where I found that seat. Maybe in the
Oh,
shower, but I'm just saying, just saying. But anyway, yeah, and I'm telling you, that Ironman contest, woo, that's commitment right there. I'm
Yes.
telling you, because for me to do an Ironman contest, yeah, I would have did it, you know, a few feet to the closest Ironman bench, but that's about it. But I got to give it to you. I do appreciate it. I do appreciate getting to know you, and definitely having to meet you during the last event that we had, you and David. And so, yes, so you have definitely been an inspiration to me, and I add to my friends, good friends.
Yes. And I hope to still talk to you, even though I know you're busy doing stuff, but you'll see
Most
me on other
definitely.
platforms, hopefully. Come find me. And always, you know, I think everybody's got my phone number. We can text, we can call. And
Yes.
thank you for this journey, because I have grown doing this. It's been amazing. Question. Okay, hold on. How do you go about cutting the cord on a friendship? Do you ghost the person or share your feedback on why you don't want to be friends any longer? Sorry, I can't get video right now. That is an excellent question. It depends on my level of caring for the person at the point I'm wanting to cut them off, honestly, which is not strategic. If it's someone I care about, I try to have the conversation. Look, I love you, but right now where I am, spending my finite resources in this lane isn't helpful for me. Please understand that this is my journey. I need to focus here, and I love you, but it'll be from a distance. Or words to that effect. Nothing like that happens when I've ceased to care, unfortunately. I may ghost them. I may just be like, I'm done with you on this plane. It really depends on whether or not I have felt any of the three disses, the disloyalty, the disrespect, and honesty from them to shut off my feelings, or if it's just, I care for them, but that time is lessening the opportunity of success of what I want to accomplish, and I have to make a different choice. I think that's a great question. And I think it's something we should all think about when we have people in our inner circle that need to leave. And sometimes the people that you have to escort out are friends, deep friends, their family. Maybe sometimes those relationships have to be managed as you escort them out. And you can also use subterfuge. They can think they're still in, but they're not. You know, you can put up the smoke screen. You can just sort of have a boundary that looks soft, but it's firm behind, and you're over here, and then they're over there. And sometimes it's not worth the argument or the retaliation. So you do have to think about that when you're cutting the cord with someone. Although I hope that's not you wanting to cut the cord with me. So just because you ain't going nowhere, Shantae, just letting you know. Nova wrote, Stoic philosophy is great to listen to and grow. Thank you. I'm not always stoic. I hope you know that. I'm a raving lunatic. But I try to think about it. I try. And then come back. My husband, if he's still here, would be one to tell you that sometimes I'm a little less than stoic. But thank you to those that have been on this journey. I hope we continue together. I hope to continue to hear about what you guys are doing and what growth you want to take. And I'm excited, and, you know, stay your purpose. Don't let anyone distract you. I do eventually want to get that Pitranomics book out. Don't know when that will be, but give it some thought. And I have a lot of material to work with from the 1.5 or 2 years or however long it's been that I've been doing this. So thank you guys. I love the interaction. And I just want to say, for the last time on a Thursday talk, I appreciate y'all. And
Hey, is there, Julie, do you have a minute? One more?
sure, yes. That's
Can
my
you see me?
husband.
Can you hear me?
That's the finisher,
Everybody.
the Iron Man finisher.
Hi, everybody. I wanted to say that I appreciate everybody's support and good wishes and everything that you guys have done for my wife and for me by extension through her, and to, of course, Mr. David, who has been a tremendous friend to my wife. So you know, as you said, Evan, this is not a one man's journey, right? You have to do it with other people together, and the support. I have never appreciated the significance of the support as much as when you are in the 139 mile of your effort, and you've got the grind to still go forward, and the people are cheering you on. Right? Without the people, it will be a much harder go than if you didn't have the people cheering for you and supporting you and the people that you care for. So I love my wife, appreciate all that she has done and what the kids have done, right, all along this trip. And it's been magnificent. And you all have been very important to her. And therefore, you are very important for me. And so thank you for that.
And that is my amazing husband right there. So thank you for that, Andre. Thank you, everybody. I'll keep seeing you. You guys take care. So, mwah, mwah.
Thank
Take care,
you.
everybody.
Bye.
Y'all take care.
Bye. Take care.
All right.
Bye.